Congratulations to both these teams to making it to this point. Officially tied for 13th in the North American Bible Quiz Tournament. That's an awesome feat. Congratulations to both of you. Georgia won on the red from Lithia Springs, Georgia. And we have Washington won on the yellow from Hoquiam, Washington. This is quiz number 100 on the matrix. This quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: where are the ways of...
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Where are the ways of wisdom? The ways are ways of pleasantness.
That is incorrect. This interrupted 10-point question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question: where are the ways of man according to Proverbs chapter 5?
Yellow, 2.
Before the eyes of the Lord.
That is correct. Question number 2 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: to him that understandeth.
Red, 2.
Interruption.
Him that understandeth, they are what? And to them that find knowledge, they are what? They are all things to him that understandeth, and not to them that find knowledge.
Tied.
That is correct. Question number 3 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question: quote the verse of study mentioning a haughty.
Red, 1.
Interruption.
And haughty spirit. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: even as the sand that is on.
Red, 2.
Interruption.
Even as the sand that is on. What? Seashore?
That is incorrect. This interrupted 10-point question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question: even as the sand that is on the seashore, God gave Solomon what?
Yellow, 3.
Wisdom and understanding. Exceeding much and mercies of heart.
That is incorrect. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question: who are in the depths?
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Who are in the depths of hell, as found in Proverbs chapter 9? Her guess, her referring to a foolish woman.
That is correct. Question number 6 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: by the fruit of his mouth, a man.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
By the fruit of his mouth, a man shall eat what? But the soul of the transgressors shall eat what? According to Proverbs chapter 13. Good violence.
That is correct. Question number 7 is worth 10 points. Question: what is like deep water?
Red, 1.
Counsel in the heart of man.
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question: a foolish woman knoweth.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
Knoweth what? Nothing.
That is correct. Question number 9 is the first of our 20-point questions. It is a 4-part question worth 20 points. Question: referring to wisdom in verses 17 and 18 of Proverbs chapter 3, her weight.
Red, 2.
Interruption.
Her ways are what? Her paths are what? She is what? To them we hold upon her. And everyone that retaineth her is what? Her ways are ways of pleasantness and all her paths of peace. She is a tree of life to them that hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her.
Tied.
That is incorrect. This interrupted four-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. Referring to wisdom in verses 17 and 18 of Proverbs chapter 3, her ways are what? All her paths are what? She is what? And everyone that retaineth her is what?
Yellow, 3.
Her ways are ways of pleasantness and all her paths of peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her.
That is correct. Contest, Georgia.
Tied.
This contest is withdrawn. Substitution timeout, Georgia. Time in. Question number 10 is a three-part question, worth 20 points. Question. To whom the way of life is what?
Red, 1.
Interruption.
To whom the way of life is what? Why, according to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 24. The wise, the way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from help and eat.
That is correct. Question number 11 is worth 20 points. Question. Be not afraid of...
Red, 2.
Interruption.
Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked. According to the next verse, why? For the Lord shall be their confidence and shall keep them from being taken.
Tied.
It is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Why?
Yellow, 2.
For the Lord shall be their confidence and shall keep their foot from being taken.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Egypt is named...
Yellow, 2.
Interruption.
Egypt is named, in a single verse of study, quote this verse. In Solomon's wisdom, excel the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt.
That is correct. Question number 13 is worth 20 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 12 describes what contrast...
Red, 1.
Interruption.
Describes what contrast between a fool and a prudent man. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame.
That is incorrect. This interrupted 20-point question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. Proverbs chapter 12 describes what contrast between a good man and a man of wicked devices.
Yellow, 1.
A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn.
That is correct. Time out, Georgia.
Tied.
Time in. Question number 14 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Is found in Proverbs chapter 4. One verse instructs to receive my sayings.
Yellow, 1.
Interruption.
And another verse instructs, attend unto my sayings. Quote these verses. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. My son, attend to my words and incline thine ear to my sayings.
That is incorrect. This interrupted cross-reference quotation question will be reread to Georgia without interruption. Question. As found in Proverbs chapter 4, one verse instructs to receive my sayings, and another instructs to incline thine ear unto my sayings. Quote these verses.
Read 3,
Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. My son, attend to my word, decline thine ear unto my sayings.
That is correct. Question number 15 is a two-part question, worth 20 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 6, verses 7 and 8 record that the ant.
yellow 1,
Interruption.
Record that the ant has not what, but doeth what? No guide, overseer, or ruler provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest.
That is correct. Contest, Georgia. This contest is denied. Question number 16 is a four-part question, worth 20 points. Question. Verse 18 of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 records that.
read 1,
Interruption.
Records that what is better than what. But who destroyeth what? Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good.
That is correct. Question number 17 is a three-part question, worth 20 points. Question. Which verse records that the reproofs of what?
read 1,
Interruption.
Are what? Proverbs chapter 6 verse 20. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 23. The reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
That is incorrect. And this interrupted three-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. Which verse records that the reproofs of what are the way of what?
yellow 1,
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. Reproofs of instruction are the way of life.
That is correct. Contest, Georgia. Test is withdrawn. Time out, Washington.
Tied.
Time in. Question number 18 is the first of our 30-point questions. It is a cross-reference, six-part question worth 30 points. Question. Which verse of Proverbs chapter 2 records what about the fear of the Lord and what about the knowledge of God? And which verse of Proverbs chapter 9
read 1,
Interruption.
Records what about the fear of the Lord and what about the knowledge of the holy? Verse 5, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Verse 10, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
That is correct. Question number 19 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote the statement with which Proverbs begin.
read 2,
Interruption.
Proverbs begins. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
That is correct. Time out, Georgia.
Tied.
Time in. Question number 20 is a cross-reference, 8-part question worth 30 points. Question. As recorded in chapter 15 of Proverbs, the heart of whom doeth what, but the mouth of whom?
read 1,
Interruption.
But the mouth of whom doeth what? And verse 2, and the heart of whom doeth what? but the mouth of whom doeth what in verse 28? The tongue of the wicked uses knowledge right, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. The heart of the righteous setteth the answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted cross-reference 8-part question will be reread to Washington without interruption. Question. As recorded in chapter 15 of Proverbs, the heart of whom doeth what, but the mouth of whom doeth what in verse 14, and the heart of whom doeth what, but the mouth of whom doeth what in verse 28.
Yellow, 2.
The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things.
That is correct. Contest, Georgia. This contest is denied. And we have a numerical winner. This quiz is closed. Let's hear it for Georgia 1 and for Washington 1. And we are asking our last two teams before lunch to come to the quiz board. Texas 1 on the red and Virginia 1 on yellow. Texas 1 on red, Virginia 1 on yellow. With 105 points. Let's hear it for both these teams. Second highest scoring individual with 70 points was Joy Edwards. Highest scoring individual with 80 points, earning a silver medal was Naomi Nazario.